If you're there.
All right, yeah, let's go ahead and do the contest part first. All right, so this is gonna be for the wand. This spin is for the wand, is for Kelly's wand. Here, actually, let me get it and show everybody what the wand is that some lucky winner is about to win. I got it right here. We're gonna ship it up and send it to you. You know, I just shipped out the cacao to our lucky winners, and so someone's gonna win this today, and somebody is going to win a slot in I Am Creation. So let's first go straight to the wheel, and this. So in order to do this, you had to, in order to be entered into this, you had to make a testimonial video for the Angel Raphael along with a post about I Am Creation and tag in the post. So here are the people that we got. And the winner of the wand is Lavo and Graham. So you are the winner of the wand.
Woohoo!
Congratulations. And so I'll message you if you're not on the call right now. I remember seeing all your posts. So let me remove you from here. And real quick, everybody, I'm just gonna transition something. Or I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so you don't have to see all my private stuff.
And if you did win, let us know your address so we can mail it out.
Yeah. And hold on, I just need to enter in the other list into the wheel. And this is the list with 39 people who could potentially win I Am Creation. So here, let me now share my screen again. All right. And here we go. Who is the winner of I Am Creation this week? Here in Body and Soul. You are the winner of I Am Creation this week. Amazing. Amazing. All right, so those are our winners for this week for the wand and I Am Creation. We had the cacao and I Am Creation last week, and next week we're giving away my wand, which is super special. I'll make some posts about that so you can really see it and tune into it. And then on the final week, we're going to be giving away that special private session with my mom. And so if you guys want, the price of I Am Creation just went up to $444. But if you use this link that I'm about to put in the chat, you can still get it for $333. But the link will expire at like $330. So if you haven't joined I Am Creation yet and you want a discount because you're on the call, you get a $100 discount if you use specifically this link that I just put in the chat. So double check on that. And yeah, so Mom, go ahead. What do you want to share today?
Well, hi, everybody. So I'm here in sunny Tulum on vacation, relaxing and preparing for the Action course. My intention was to do the Lakshmi activation, obviously, for all of you. But we've had a little glitches here with the internet, and I'm concerned that as I'm channeling, we could lose it. It keeps coming in and out. So I have taught a class called the High Priestess course. And in that, one of the activations that we work with is with Lakshmi. And so we're going to give you that entire course, not course, but that hour, a piece of that course for free today. And you can listen to it and get the activation. Those activations, I remember when I first realized that there's no time and space where Raphael is and these beings of light. And so listening to the recording, the transmission, the information, the activation into abundance, and all of the beautiful things that Lakshmi is going to bestow upon you are just as powerful and as active as if you were listening to it live. Just like if you happen to catch a replay and you missed the call, same thing. So instead of me channeling in this environment where I'm concerned of this internet, we are going to do the Lakshmi activation, but we're going to do it from a recorded version where I have already done it for you. All right, so with that, we are going to do that. Now, it's important, one quick thing with the Lakshmi activation is that Lakshmi will come in and kind of hover over you. There's going to be a lot of openings of your chakras, and the lotus flower within the chakra is going to really bloom. And as it blooms and opens up, Lakshmi then pours golden liquid energy, depending on the color of the chakra, into those areas, not only clearing them and everything, but also bringing in a lot more vitality and abundance, because as we all know, abundance is really about energy moving and energy flowing. And when it's not flowing, then we're not able to manifest and create abundance. So because of that, it's possible that you might want to lay down for this activation, especially toward the end. And if you can't, that's okay, but definitely you're going to want to close your eyes. The beginning of it, just taking the information from Raphael, but when we get to the actual activation piece, you might want to lay flat. All right, so I think that that covers it, and I will be here, and hopefully my internet will stay, but I'm not so sure. So Casey, do you want to go ahead with that? Oh, a couple last, another announcement is you're going to be listening to the Lakshmi piece of the High Priestess course. The High Priestess course works with the divine feminine energy and reawakening it within ourselves. You don't have to be feminine in order to take the course, but it is really opening and awakening the goddess within. Now, in that class, we work with Mary Magdalene. We go to France and we do a lot of clearing of shame and guilt. We're going to work with Sekhmet, creating boundaries. Boundaries are so key, the Egyptian goddess Sekhmet. And then we also work with the Celtic energy and Bridget. And then Lakshmi is the final aspect. So you're going to be tapping into that. If, you know, you get a lot out of the Lakshmi activation, which I know you will, and you feel like you want to explore more of the goddesses, you can take the High Priestess course and listen to all the material. And it's normally like $333 and it's $97. So Casey will throw the link in there for you guys.
It's in there now.
And I'll also pop it in the replay. All right, here we go. Ready, everybody?
Yeah, let's do it, everybody. So the link for the High Priestess is in there. And remember, if you want to get that discount for I Am Creation for the 333 price rather than the 444 that it is, it's only available until for the next hour and 20 minutes. All right, so that's there. Let's get started on this. Right, here we go. Hold on, let me make sure. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. Let me share the screen. Make sure I'm sharing my computer sound in the clip. And let's do it.
Oh, it is that as Lakshmi, you think of this energy as that of bringing you great wealth. And it is that Lakshmi is here to bring golden coins and to bless you with prosperity, but wants to remind you of the teachings of such things. For it is that the reminder and the knowing for all of you to know that that of great wealth is the energy of flowing vibration and harmony and balance. And it comes to you when there is deep balance in giving to others and in a willingness to receive. And when this energy finds itself discordant or out of balance, it begins to create a block in the flow of energy. And in that, the drying up of the wealth of blessings occurs. And through that process, something comes into your experience known as lack. And when you begin to experience lack, or the feeling that you do not have enough, you start to feel the vibration and the energy and the feeling of fear. And when you begin to fear more and more of not having enough, you begin to align with the energy of a desolate desert where there is nothing or drop to find, in which you are in a sense of deep deprivation. And so she wants you to know that the way to the wealth, to the receiving of prosperity, is not just in the thought that it is, but in the abundance of what already is. In the willingness to give without a feeling that in the giving you need to receive, and a willingness to receive in the sense that you can do it without knowing that there is obligation, the balance of giving and receiving. And so when she looks down upon the earth, she sees that many have found their way along this path of giving and receiving, and some are in a deep sleep. And those in the sleep are the sleeping creator and manifester, in which she has come here now to awaken. And when the manifester and the creator is asleep, it has lost sight of the balance of giving and receiving, for perhaps it gives and gives and gives all the time to others with great depletion, to giving things in which they do not even have to give. Or perhaps it is that they are holding on tight to what they have, an unwillingness to share, in a sense of being so greedy, and such a sense of worry or lack that they will not have enough, that they cannot share it with anyone other than those near and to them. And when this happens, one finds deep imbalance when they spend and spend and spend so much money frivolously, and doing it in a way in which they do not have enough, and they find themselves in great debt, that anything that they want and any desire that they have, they buy it without looking at the consequences, in which their home is filled to the brim of things that are not even opened in tags upon the clothes. And then there are those who are in deep deprivation, unwilling to buy something that they need or want, or to share or to give, in which they save and save and save for a rainy day, but cannot enjoy the beauty of that which is already within them. And so when you save and save too much, or you give and give too much, or you do not have enough, or you are chaotic in your spending and doing it over and over to fill some type of need, or unwilling to give anything luxurious to yourself, or step out of your comfort zone to perhaps buy something out of your budget for a moment's notice, any place where you are completely out of balance all the time in giving or receiving, or in spending or in saving, the energy gets torqued, you see. The vibration of abundance, the energy that it is flowing through you, cannot move. And so you will find that those may come into great, great wealth, and within a few months the money may slip through their fingers and no longer is there. And one may wonder, well, why could that be? For they have inherited millions of dollars or won the lottery, and how could it be gone in a moment's notice? Because energetically they are not in alignment with the vibration of wealth, because they are out of balance in giving and receiving, or spending or saving. And so it is the same for those perhaps who have nothing, who might be perceived by another to live in squalor in a tin roof out in the middle of the desert, or in a deep city filled with great poverty. And yet the abundance that lives in their heart, and the joy that they have, and the sparkling in their eyes, and the beauty and love connection between them and their family brings more abundance to the great wealthy ones sitting alone in the library of their home. And so abundance, you must remember, is not about that in which you have acquired, or all that you think that you want to know and to be. Abundance dwells in the blessings that rain upon you, and the willingness to see that they are there. And it is that as I come forward bringing you these blessings, you dear ones, you must know that they can only be received through an energetic pattern that must reside within you, which is a deep willingness to see and to find the blessings that already are there. For you look to me as Lakshmi to come and to rain coins amongst you and to raise the greater prosperity of financial wealth within your bank account, so that you may have luxury and freedom and time to do that in which you love without worry or concern of money. But you see, it is not that that is my work at all. For the abundance that I bring to you is the abundance of the heart, the abundance of the spirit. And with the abundance of the heart and the spirit, the prosperity of the wealth that you may seek will simply come on its own and rain upon you as a second thought. But it is not that in which you look to seek to have. For it is that the vibration of form and matter and luxury is something in which is not to be looked down upon, and one in which you can enjoy and embody. But it is when it is received without gratitude or taken for granted that it soon slips through your fingers, and all of a sudden you find yourself dipping up and down, in which you are out of debt and filled with prosperity, and before long back in the same pattern where you were, wondering why this pattern continues to repeat. And I shall tell you from where I am, as I am the energy of wealth and abundance, that it comes to you through the vibration and the form of acceptance of deep gratitude and the balance of that of the blessings in which already is. And so it is through the tunnel and the thread of gratitude that I may give to you more. But it is that when the energy of gratitude has lost sight in the granting of that in which already is, that the vibration of the flow that comes from the lotus flower within my being to and through you to ignite the energy of prosperity in which you seek becomes closed and vacant. And so I want to bring to you that in which I see. I want to remind you of what already is. And in the reminding of the beauty that already exists, you begin to carry the thread of a tunnel of light and energy that I may pass through to gift to you that in which you are wanting. You see, I cannot gift to you the prosperity in which you seek unless the tunnel and the vibration of gratitude is there, for I must match with that in order to bring the blossoming of the bloom in which you want to harvest. And so I come to you in the reminding that I must fill your senses, for it is the fullness of the senses that allows you to step into the space of nothingness where the creation may begin. But it is in the lack and the deprivation, in the desire for something more, in that you are not already full, that you cannot find the blessings in which you seek. So I want to bring you to my land now, my dear ones, where the senses are alive and well, in a place on your planet Earth where it is like no other, the land of India. So close your eyes, my dear ones, and imagine and know that you stand upon the island of Staffa, standing there in the awakened state as the warrior is awakened within and the queen is awakened in the visionary. And know that I come now to awaken the manifester and the creator in you. And as you stand there with your ankh necklace and your beautiful white robes and the gold ring upon your finger, know that I am coming, and feel my presence within you. As you stand there holding hands, look to the sky as you have before, as the lotus flower begins to fall. And as it comes down into the center of the island, it begins to bloom. And as it blooms, it says to you, come with me for a ride where we may go to the great land of all the senses of beauty of India. And as you all get on top of the lotus flower and it closes all around you, it lifts up through the center of the sky, landing and bringing you to India. And as you land in a beautiful temple, a golden temple by the sea where I live. And as you land in the temple, know that it is surrounded by magnificent views of the ocean and the horizon. And in the temple are more people than you can imagine, for you feel the crowdedness of India, the abundance of so many. You feel the abundance of the color as you look out into the sea of beings as they wear beautiful sari and cloth of great color, of yellow and gold, of red and orange and bright pink, filled with jewels and blessings. And you begin to feel the beauty and the energy of India as the senses of your sight begin to be filled. For as much as you can look into the temple and as far as you can see, it is adored with jewels and beads and color and light and beings and people. And it is crowded to such a sense that you are overloaded with the sense of sight, taking in all of this magnificent beauty. And you begin to hear the sounds of the music and the mantras in the distance, and you begin to fill your ears with our mantras, our blessings, and our chants. As they start to come in and fill the senses of the ears, you start to smell all of the beautiful spices of the food being cooking, of the curry and the cumin and the turmeric, and it begins to fill, and all the senses are coming in as the taste, as you begin to bring the food to the mouth, it hits every scent of the sweetness, of the pungent, of the bitter, of the sour, of the salt. It comes in, and the flavors begin to explode in your mouth. You smell the oils as they are rubbed on others on their skin and poured on the third eye. You feel the energy of India. It is bright, colorful, and filled with life and sound and smell and taste and sensation and noise. You're overloaded. All the senses are so filled that you cannot find a moment of deprivation, for you are full. You see, it is in the fullness of the senses that you move beyond the senses into the space of the nothingness, into the emptiness and the void of creation itself, where you can bring forth that whichever you are wanting, for it does not come from a desire to fill something, but in an appearance of the blessing that already is. And so now, knowing that this is full, go outside of the temple door, feeling the energy of India, looking out into the sea. And as you look out into the water's edge, you may begin to feel my presence. For I come from the churning milk and the nectar, and as I begin to rise, I am large, I am vast, and I am filled with golden coins, that I may rain upon you. And as you feel my presence begin to rise from the ocean waters, it begins to move closer and more toward you as you feel overwhelmed by my love that I have for you and the vastness of my being. Feel me moving and moving and moving toward you. And I ask you, my dear one, to come to merge with me, to know what it is that I see through you, so that you may see through me and through my eyes and my nose, through my mouth and my ears, to feel the presence of the senses and the way in which I can see them. So come with me, my dear one, merge, come into me, come into my womb and be with me now. And as you feel me embrace and hold you, I carry you as we shall go for a flight across the globe. And as we fly, I want you to see what I see. For perhaps for a moment you have forgotten. For you have gotten caught in the mind of what the desire of that in which you think, but you have forgotten of the beauty that already is. And as you fly with me, you see we fly over the beautiful forest. And as you look down into the forest, you smell the sap of the pine, and you see the sun begin to rise in the distance in the pink hue across the mountain's edge. Perhaps you see the purring right now of a kitten. Perhaps you feel the water lapping on your feet. Perhaps you're out looking at the moments in the summertime where you heard the crackling of the fire and the laughing with your friends. Perhaps you were on the bicycle with the wind in your hair, or on the sailboat feeling the salt air. Perhaps you remember the morning when you wake and you smell the brewing of the coffee, or the fall with the rustling of the leaves, or the playing in the leaves before they are out to be taken away as you jump on them as a child, or the jumping in the pedals and the puddles, going down the slide, or playing hopscotch, or jumping with your rope. I see the baby on the mother's bosom and the child holding the hand of the grandmother, opening the door of the one who needs some help and helping them across the street, carrying the bags to one that you care for to the car and helping them along their way. I see the moment when another comes to kiss you on the cheek or forehead and tell you all is well. I see you sitting by the sick as they pass to the other time in the world. I see all the blessings and all that you do as you cook the food for the children and those that you care for, as you tuck in your grandchildren before they go off to sleep and read them their story. I see all of the things that are happening across the planet as a neighbor is bringing something to another, or taking one along their way, or laying in the sunlight as it cast upon their face, looking out and seeing the dew on the morning lawn. For it is that the roses are blooming, or the daffodils, the first crocus of the spring, or perhaps it is the feeling of the red cardinal in the sun, or in the snow on a winter's day. Perhaps it is seeing the mountaintop and the meadow in the spring. Perhaps it's the fox in the yard frolicking in the grass, or perhaps it's the dog on your lap purring and loving you. For it is endless, endless beauty all around. For have you forgotten that you sleep in a bed tonight that is comfortable and safe? That the water as you awaken in the morning is hot as it hits your skin, knowing that you are cleansing and cleaning your body, that the water from your faucet is clean and that you have a toilet to flush, that perhaps you have a vehicle to take you from place A to B, that the garden is filled with blooms and blossoms and tomatoes and cucumbers as the summer brings forth its harvest. And the butterfly may be outside your window, or the hummingbird. Or do you remember all the beauty all around you as you look at the corn growing in the field, or the soy as you drive past? Perhaps it is the billowing of the clouds in the distant sky, or the moon rising till it is full and shining upon you with its knowing and its wisdom. Perhaps it is your friend or your girlfriend who listens with an open ear to hear your story, or the latest in which you need to share. Perhaps it is you listening to another, taking a walk with a friend, or laughing in a joyful way, doing the simple things of eating and gathering together, breaking bread. It is the sounds and the smell and the taste of being human, of the sweetness of the mango, and the coldness of the ice cream, and the redness and the beauty of the strawberry, and the juice pouring through the orange, and the color as you open it. Look at all the colors just in your food alone, of the orange and the green avocado and the red beet, and the juices that come from it, and the colors that they make, that you may paint on the canvas of the beauty that you have. Where did it come from? Feeling and tuning into all of this, the dolphins swimming in the ocean, and the whales, the sand beneath your feet, the sandcastle you made as a child. You see, you forget for some moments in time of all the blessings you already have, the lover that lays next to you in bed, or the one in which you had in distant past, the body that is still moving and breathing and filled with life. It is the remembering of this that brings you the blessings in which you seek. And yet it is that I watch in many as they get caught in the mind of the need of the things in which they think they want, the casting out and the forgetting of what already is. And when that happens, you see, for me, as I come to you through the water and the ocean's edge, what happens is the water begins to retract and recede as it dries up into a barren land of desert and crackling. And from there, nothing new, no prosperity in which you seek can be born, for it cannot be born from in the forgetting of what already is. But when you bring gratitude to the blessings and a willingness to bow to the simplest things in which are bestowed upon you each and every day, the water begins to rise. And as it comes in full force, bringing you more. And so you see, I'm going to bless you today, and I'm going to give you many gifts, for I love and honor who you are. But I want you to know that you cannot open these gifts unless you go through the vibration in the tube of the blessing of already what is. And I recognize that I shall repeat myself on this measure many times, but you see, it is that when you awaken, as you place your feet upon the floor in the morning with gratitude that you have breath, that you are alive, that you place the clothes upon the nakedness of your skin to keep you warm, that you bring forth the shoes so that your feet may feel comfortable, that you get in the shower, that you brush your teeth, that you have water that is running. The gratitude for that, of the coffee and the breakfast, and the one next to you perhaps, even if you are bickering, that they are there, that their breath is there, that they are with you now. It is in the gratitude of all of this and in seeing it in the children. For we look upon and see often that when you have born children into your experience, you want so much for them that often you look to that in which lacks within them so that they may grow, so you may point that out so that they may find their way. But you see, they respond much more to the blessing and the appreciation for their gifts, for who they are now, for what they already are and have done, not for what they have to do or get done. And it is in the willingness to be in gratitude for those that are your lovers or your partners or your friends or your co-workers, and finding that within them that you may have gratitude and blessing for, that they will begin to shift. For it is easy, we see, from where you are to want your partner to be different, or your co-worker or your friend, for you to want more money or more abundance or more purpose or more something, more. And it is that you may have more, so much that your cup is overflowing, but it is only received through the willingness not to be asking for the desire for it to be, but for the gratitude of what is. For it is that I come as a spiritual mentor for all of you in this reminder, because it is that you have removed so far from the elements of the earth, from the basic needs, that you forget that all of the basic needs that you seek are met, and you look for something beyond that. And yes, you may receive it in freedom, in time, in luxury, in the feeling of silk, in the fabric, in beauty, but you must do it knowing that it only comes with the fullness of the gratitude within, in the balance of the giving and the receiving. So I call upon you now, before I give you these gifts, that if you are the one to save and are afraid to spend, feeling a deep fear that if you spend you will not have enough, I ask you to go today and buy something for yourself that is very luxurious, that you would never buy, or perhaps a service of a massage or something to bring you joy, and to give to self. And I ask you, if you are the one that overspends all the time, constantly buying and buying and buying to fill something, that you drop in and look at all that you have, and you say, is there something here that I can now give to someone else that I do not need, that I may give to them? And you give an offering to another. And if you are the one that saves and saves and saves, you are to spend. And if you are the one that spends and spends and spends and spends, you are now to save. Bring yourself into balance, for the energy of dollars or money or currency is just a vibration in which must be in balance, in that you use it to enjoy, that you receive the blessings of it, that you also save it for a time in which you can move into it as a resource for your gathering, and that you also give it freely. And when you do those three things, that you spend it in a way of luxury for self, you give it to others that perhaps need it more than you, and you also save it for a rainy day, then you are in harmony with the vibration of prosperity. So take a moment to look within the well of reflection, and as you look, ask yourself, where perhaps may I be out of balance, and where can I come in? And have I lost sight of gratitude for the blessings already here, and knowing the reminder of the simple task of bowing and bowing and bowing with hands in prayer to the floor in deep gratitude for all that already is. So with that, now I will give you my blessing. But I know and remind you that you must bring an offering to me. That offering can come in different forms, for you may give to a stranger or a friend something sweet to eat. You may bring them a colorful flower, or you may hold their hand. You may maybe go and visit a relative you have not seen for some time. But to give me an offering is to give to another in a way beyond that in which you would do in a spontaneous gesture of compassion and love, and in good faith that you shall give this offering, and in the deep knowing that you shall drop into full gratitude for the blessings that is, I shall now bestow upon you great wealth. And when I speak of wealth, I speak of it beyond that of currency, for you shall receive that today as well. But beyond that, you will receive the wealth of love, of compassion, of spiritual gifts, of beauty, of purpose, of courage, of power, of knowing that you are divine. So with that, come with me now. And as you see that I have come from the ocean's edge, and I come with my crown of jewels, and I wear my robe of red with my elephants behind me and my arms out to you. I come with a lotus that I sit on, and I bring that lotus to you. So lay now on the floor of the sand by the ocean's edge, and as you land on your back, laying, looking up at the sky, you may hear the lapping of the water, and know that I am near. As I come to you now, I am over you, hovering above. And as I hover above, I want you to imagine that I am going to pour with my golden vessel, golden liquid, cold, beautiful coins of gold deep in every center of your being. So as you lay with your back against the sand, looking up at the beautiful blue sky and listening to the water as the ocean waves come in, feel on your chakras a lotus flower now. I have placed one on each center, from your root to your sacral, to your solar, to your heart, to your throat, to your third eye, and your crown. This flower now is closed, and it sits upon each center. And when I come toward it, I will ask you to imagine the blessings that you have received already from this center. And when you fully have embraced and held and know the blessings that are there, the flower will begin to open. And as it opens and blossoms, I shall pour from my vessel a magic power of golden alchemy to bring forth more blessings and abundance that are overflowing for you. As I pour this gold onto the lotus flower inside you, when it is fully received and you know that it is there, the flower will begin to close, holding the blessing that I have given as you retract and pull it down into the body where it is stored permanently. Knowing that every time you are willing to be in gratitude, every time you're willing to bow in an offering of the blessing of what already is, that it shall open and blossom inside of you, giving you that in which you need at any moment without hesitation or deprivation, in the fullness of complete and absolute abundance. So lay there now as you close your eyes, still hearing and listening the ocean's waves, feeling the sand on your skin. Begin to sense the lotus flowers now closed, sitting above the skin on every single center, and feel me overhead as my presence is large and vast, as I hold now my beautiful golden vessel filled with golden energy and liquid light. I am swirling it now and mixing it with a deep ruby red as I ask you to place your energy and attention to your root chakra. And as you place the energy to the root, I want you now to deeply, deeply imagine and feel the gratitude that you have for your body. I want you to imagine and remember that all the things that your body is doing for you right now. Your body has breath. Your heart is beating without you. Your blood is flowing. Your cells are alive. All of your organs and systems are functioning with vitality. Remember all that your body is doing for you in every moment. It allows you to walk, to breathe, to feel, to see, to hear, to taste. Have you forgotten to be grateful for this? Perhaps you're focused on you have an ache or a pain or a disease or something is not right. But you have to remember what is right. What is working in your body right now? Is your heart beating? That alone is something to be in deep gratitude for. As you place your hand upon your heart, feel the rhythm and the power of the intelligence that resides within. And as you move into gratitude, deeply remember and know right now, what does your body do for you? Can it move its arms and legs? Can it breathe? Can it see? Can it hear? Can you find blessing and gratitude for your body? Can you honor it and thank it for all of its hard work and all that it does for you daily? That it holds the vessel of your spirit, that it is the vessel of your spirit, that it is your home and worth your attention. Can you love it and appreciate it and thank it for all that it does? Now, once you feel you have found the energy and the vibration of gratitude for your body, allowing now the blossoming of the lotus to open. And as it opens, I take my beautiful vessel as I pour and pour inside with the swirling energy of the ruby red. I pour and pour vitality, health, and miracles for your body to be vital, vibrant, for all the cells to be awakened, moving together in an orchestra of love, where they are alive and awake and vital and strong. I give you the abundance now of divine, miraculous, perfect health pouring inside here for you, the releasing, the letting go of disease, discomfort, aches and pain, a feeling of age falling away. For you see, as you find gratitude for the elemental body, for the being that houses and takes care of self, you receive my blessing now. So feel the energy being poured inside your root. Feel it coming in as it swirls with this golden liquid ruby light. When you feel that you have received this blessing of perfect health, vitality, and miracles, receiving my love for you, my prosperity and abundance of health, you may take that flower and begin to close it. And as you close it, feel it moving and pulling down into the body, holding the vibration of this blessing. And now we want you to bring your attention moving up to the sacral area. And as that lotus flower is closed, I want you to tune into the vibration of gratitude for this place, for this is the place of your creativity. This is where you paint and draw and sing and dance and write. This is where the music comes. This is where you merge energies together to bring something new. This is the sensual area of sexuality, a sense of feeling magnificent and beautiful, bringing compassion and connection. Whether you have a lover now in which you may make love with in the deepest sense of joy, or you have a memory of a time deep in the past in which this was true, or a feeling of deep love for a child or someone near to you, or a friend or a co-worker, a sense of companion or connection of any kind, bring gratitude for any sense of love and connection in which you have connected with the vibration and the feeling of sensuality, of beauty, of radiance. Remember a time in when you felt beautiful or handsome or filled with strength. Tune into this area of creation and creativity. Remember a moment when you were creative in your words, in your thoughts, in your ideas, in your paintbrush, in your pen, whatever it may be, behind the camera. We do not know. Perhaps it was creativity in your storytelling, your humor, your sense of self. It may have been a long time ago as a child. It could be the creativity of simply playing pretend. Tune in to a moment of creativity, sensuality, radiance, and beauty. And when you can find gratitude for any moment like this at all, allow your flower to open. And as it opens, I take my vessel as I pour the golden liquid light of abundance, raining it upon you, mixed with the color of orange. And as I send it down into your flower, I ignite and I give you the blessing of creativity, sensuality, sexuality, radiance, and beauty. Receive this blessing now and know that you are pulling it into the flower as it closes, bringing it into the body, that this area is now open, resistance is released, it is activated and alive. And with that, we want you to bring your attention to the sacral area, the area of the golden yellow, the center of your power and the place of great abundance. And as you open your lotus flower, I want you to tune into the energy of abundance itself. Remember a moment when someone gave you something, a gift, or when you received something you were not expecting. The energy of abundance, of receiving, a moment where you felt a sense of luxury, where you sat in a place and looked out at so much beauty you could not even take it in. All you need to do is think of one moment where you felt a sense of deep abundance. It could be a plate filled to the brim of food or the overflowing of champagne. Feel a moment where there is abundance, and know that I am going to bless you now with abundance of wealth, in currency, financial abundance, which is your birthright. That you do not need to deprive yourself of this any longer, for in the willingness to receive abundance is the knowingness that it has already been and can continue to be again, as you bring gratitude to the moments in which it was. And as you open the flower, feel me pour now not only my golden liquid light merging with the color and the vibration of orange, but I bring forth coins now to give to you. And as you feel my heavy golden coins dropping, they drop into the flower and they activate the vibration of currency of abundance for you, that it may flow with ease and grace, and that all in which you need and more to be in a sense of freedom and luxury is now received, with the willingness to hold the gratitude for the abundance that already has been. And as you feel my coins dropping, you may receive as many as you are wanting. And when you have received all that you can, where the flower is overflowing and has hardly room to close, you may begin to close the lotus flower, pulling in the energy of abundance into your solar plexus now. This may be activated at any time through the willingness to be grateful for the abundance that is. And as you bring your attention now, bring it to the heart. And as you tune into the heart, it begins to open the lotus flower, feeling the vibration of love, the vibration of forgiveness, the vibration of compassion. I want you to tune into the remembering of a time when another was compassionate, gentle, and loving toward you, or a time where you were compassionate, gentle, and loving to another, a moment in which you found forgiveness in your heart for something done upon you, or another gave forgiveness to you. Tune into a moment, feel the energy of deep gratitude for these moments of compassion, love, and forgiveness. When you had overflowing love for a child, or a friend, or a lover, or a partner, or an animal, a dog or a cat, unconditional love, find a moment for that. And when you feel it, and remember a moment of unconditional love, a moment of compassion, a moment of forgiveness, your flower will begin to open. And as it opens, I come pouring down my golden liquid light to merge with the vibration and the energy and the color of emerald green, connecting it with Raphael, as she reminds me that she brings you extra blessing into the heart of the emerald green ray. And as it comes down now into your heart, I bless you with more love. And if love is missing in your life, this blessing now will ignite it in the willingness for you to find gratitude for any moment, any second that you can remember at any time, the holding of a baby or being held as one, a moment where there was just a glimpse of unconditional love. And in the gratitude for those moments of love, I ignite the vibration of love for you so that you may merge with a partner and love can come to you. I give you the blessing of love. And when you feel that you have received as much ray of emerald green light and golden liquid light merging into the flower of your heart, it may begin to close as you retract it, knowing that you received this love and the willingness to have gratitude for the love that has already been. And now bring your attention to your throat. As the flower begins to bloom and open and blossom, tune in to the energy of the spoken word, of the melody, of the song, of the sound, of the moments when you were able to listen to another, or another listened to you, when you heard the beautiful playing of the piano or the bow on the violin, the sound of the chirping of the birds, and the beauty of the word. Feel and know the energy of the sound and the word, and that the word, when it is aligned with the vibration and compassion and love, brings forth the creation of that in which you project toward it. And as we open it, it gives you something to remember. When did you speak your authentic truth? When did you tell the truth? When did you share a story where others were laughing and falling over? When did you use your voice for joy or for truth or for authenticity or vulnerability? Or when did you hear another say something that made you laugh? When did you listen to a story that brought you far away to a distant land? When did you know the vibration of the word and how it brings you so much life, and it brings life alive? And when you can find gratitude for the word, the sound, the listening, the hearing, the music, receive the golden energy coming down. And as I pour it into your throat, mixing it with the colors of blue, and as it comes in, I want you to know that I'm gifting you truth and authenticity, impeccableness with your word, the capacity to hear, to listen, and to enjoy, and to find the gratitude, and to hear in a way that you have not heard before, to listen to the summer time and the crickets, to hear the birds, to hear the wind, to listen in a new way, to pay attention to those who are speaking to you, to honor them, to pay attention to your words and your truth, to begin to listen to music more. Play it every day from now until the day you die. Remember the beauty of the music. And with that, as I open your throat, I fill it with sound, music, the word, truth. When it feels full, you know that this blessing was received now. And as you close it, you bring it in and hold it within your throat. And as you rise now, your attention to your third eye, to the vibration of vision, the vision to see the unseen world. Open your third eye, and as it blooms, drop into gratitude for everything that you see. You see, you forget that you have eyes, and with these eyes, you can see. You can see the summer time where all the fruit and the vegetables are blooming. You can see the leaves on the trees. You can see the food that you eat. You can see into the eyes of those you love. You can see the colors all abound. You can see the clouds in the sky and the birds flying by. Have you forgotten of the blessing of sight? Have you forgotten to be in gratitude for the simplest thing that you can see, which is the greatest gift that you may have? You can see the sunset and the sunrise and the moon in the night sky and the stars twinkling. Have you forgotten to look at things, to see them really in innocent perception for what they are, in their beauty? As you hold something in your hand as simple as a banana, do you see it differently now? Do you see the shape and the color and the richness of the strawberry? And so with that, open that third eye, that I may give you the gift to see beyond the senses of what you know, to see into the unseen world, as Bridget has given you the vision to remember beneath that in which you see on the surface lies the magic of the fairies and the twinkling of the night. Go beyond that in which you can see, for you get the gift of sight and a vision into the unseen world, where you can see me and Raphael and the angels When you drop into appreciation for the simplest sight that you already have, the vision of something beyond that to which you have never seen before is granted. And so as I open this, I give you the gift of sight beyond what you have seen before, so that you may see now in a way you have never seen before. And as I open it, feel the energy coming with my golden vessel pouring upon your third eye, the liquid light pouring in, awakening your eye, awakening your pineal gland and activating it, swirling with the deep indigo blue, showing you to see beyond the veil of what you have known to be, with the willingness to use the vibration and blessing of gratitude for the sight that is. And as it begins to close and move deep into your third eye, you rise to the very top of the lotus flower upon your head, my favorite, which is your crown. And as it blossoms, it is like the lotus in which I sit. And as it blooms, it opens you to spirit. And in the willingness to remember you are not of the flesh or the body, but of a spirit itself, in gratitude for the infinite divine being that you are, that has no beginning and no end, as you drop into that remembering and knowing, you open to the synchronicity, flow, and magic of life as joy is rained upon you, and I bless you with the vibration of joy. And as I do this, I pour with the violet energy, merging with the gold to create alchemy, as I support you in feeling and remembering the gift of spirit. And as you remember the blessings of the time before you were born, and there where you will go after you will die, as you tune into the knowing of the gratitude of the aspect beyond the infiniteness of who you are, you open up to receive the blessing of the higher self, in which you feel the light swirling and pouring into the crown of your head, activating you to a full and complete divine open connection to the highest self that you are, so that every decision, every wondering, every knowing is clear. I give you this beautiful gift and the gratitude that you are more than you know you are. And as it begins to close, I rain now upon your rainbow of colored lights as I move it and swirl it all around you, activating prosperity, abundance, as far as you can see, remembering that at any moment these gifts are alive and activated within you in the willingness for deep gratitude of the blessing that is.
All right, everybody. Welcome back. I hope that you enjoyed that blessing. I know I did. I really, really felt that. And so if you want to continue work with the High Priestess course, here is the link to do that. And you can get all of the blessings on all levels. And it is profound. And just one last reminder, and then I'm going to let my mom come on, is that only on the live Ask an Angel calls, you can use this link to get a $100 discount on I Am Creation. So if you haven't done that, do that, and you will be blessed with much abundance. You know, that's what you're trying to create. So, Mom, do you have anything to say?
No, thank you, everyone. Thanks for your patience. Looks like my internet did hold up, but I was concerned. I know some people were really distracted by the music. I'm sorry about that. It was the best we could do. I'm out of the country, so we are doing our best, and we love you. And I'll see everybody on Wednesday morning for the 11:11 a.m. prayer group meditation. And we're going to be going back into Russia and Ukraine to continue to meditate, to heal that area. Thank you so much for joining these free Sunday calls. I appreciate it. And I'll also send out that link if you want that $100 off on I Am Creation in the replay. So we'll send that out within the next hour or two. All right. Have a beautiful Sunday, everyone. Thanks for joining. Love you.
Love, love, love. Bye-bye.
Love, love, love. Bye.
Oh, I'll allow people to unmute.
Love you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
We love you more.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you
Kelly.
so much. That was
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Thank you, Lakshmi.
Amazing.
Much.
All of
Thank
you.
you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you
Love
so
you.
much.
Bye.